Hello all, welcome back. Thanks for your comments, subs and likes, even though a couple unsubscribed, but hey, that's up to you at the end of the day really. But I'll show you what I've been up to anyway. My swede and turnip are getting mullered by the slugs or snails. I did put some pellets down, but obviously the rainy weather has washed them away, and as you can see a lot of them have been mullered. So I don't know, we'll see how they get on as we go. But I did notice yesterday I have actually got a tomato or some tomatoes developing outside here. So considering the ones in the polytunnel haven't done anything yet, which I'll show you actually, it's still got flowers and stuff on them, but no actual, oh yeah, there you go, a little teeny weeny one there. But they seem to be quite far behind in here, to be honest. I need to wrap these around like that, make sure they go up the string actually. There you go, that do. And also I cut these broad beans down last week, and as you can see, that's a broad bean there, and that's a broad bean there. They started coming back through again, so yeah, I'll just leave them and see what happens with them. Getting lots of, this is like a couch grass in here. I'm getting quite a lot of that come back, because obviously, yeah, it's just in there now, innit? You break a little bit off and leave a bit in there, then it's just going to grow back. But I can see, I don't know if you can, but there is a row of Autumn King carrots that have come up as well. But I need to pull these grasses out really, get rid of some of this weeds and stuff. I'll get and give that a weed out properly really when I'm off camera. But yeah, it's like couch grass coming through, so leave a little bit of that in the soil and it'll come up everywhere. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. But, yeah, these are dwarf French beans are doing all right. This one is anyway, but you can see that I'm getting more. But this at the back here is getting mullered, so I might just cut them off now, because there's nothing, well there's one on there, two on there actually. I might just cut them off at the weekend and harvest what's ever on that branch that's been mullered. And this one again is still getting mullered by slugs or snails or whatever it is. I want to harvest these at the weekend as well, but as you can see, I've got the dreaded bloody bindweed coming through next door. So I'll get these pots moved. I'll get these pots moved and get that bindweed out first, I think. Right, that's a bit better now. It's obviously still going to come through, but hey, there's not a lot I can do about that really, because if it's the same as the couch grass, if you leave just a little bit of that in there, it's just going to keep on coming back. So yeah, I'll do what I can, but I can't perform miracles. But right, I'll put them back now. And I had to pick a bit more rhubarb because some of that was manky. So I've picked a bit more rhubarb, but really I'm going to get down there actually and take all the rotten or dying leaves off of that, I think. So I'll do that now, give that a little bit of a tidy up. There you go, that's a little bit of a tidy up on now. Took some of the dead leaves off and the ones that were dying or a little bit weak, so it looks a bit better now. But this water barrel is leaning back that way, so I need to empty this, but I'm not going to waste that bit of water I got in there. I'm going to use all of that first, so I'm hoping to empty that by the weekend, and if I do, then I'll be moving that out and relaying that slab flat, because if I show you from the other side, you'll see that that is leaning backwards towards the fence because of the weight of the water, obviously, and it's obviously a little bit softer by the fence. Right, the wind's been blowing in here a little bit, so if you know, brassicas and cabbages and cauliflower like a firm base. So what I think I'm going to do is, because I don't want them to get blown about too much, is I've got some of this scaffold netting in here, and I've got some of them like clip things, little plug clamp things in here. If you can see these things, so I'll grab a few of them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hang a net, a bit of my scaffold netting up on there. I can clip it on there with them clamps to keep it there. Then I'll possibly just put a couple of bricks down there just to keep it in place. So yeah, I'll get on and do that, I think. hopefully that bit and that in there will stop the wind from getting in there and blowing them about too much. But I know it's not going to stop it all, but should stop some anyway. I've just finished that, but blimey, now that that sun's come out, it's quite warm on the back, I've got to say that. But never mind. Right, really I need to start taking out the dreaded side shoots like this one. I've got some that have doubled up as well. I think they're more on the beefsteaks. Yeah, more on the beefsteaks if you look. There's one big leader there, and there's another one trying to be a leader there. Cool, I can smell the tomatoes now. But like this one, this is probably a better one to see actually. Like this one. You can see the two main shoots there. But I think this one is the side shoot. Because if you look there, there's a flower there. So I'm probably gonna take that one off and leave this other one. And there's little side shoots on this one, but just like I said, just snip them out with your fingers. If like this one, I'm probably going to use a pair of bloody hell, scissors. That's it. I'll probably use a pair of scissors on them because that is quite a thick stem. So I'd use scissors or secateurs on them. Right, I'll get these all the side shoots out, then I'll show you what I get at the end. I don't think there's that many really, but there's a few. And these are all the side shoots I took off of them tomatoes. It's quite surprising how quick they grow, because some of these are quite big. And if you don't look closely, you don't realise. But look at the size of that thing. But yeah, they look a lot better now. I don't know if you can tell any difference, but I have taken all the side shoots out of that side. You'll probably notice the biggest difference on this side. But yeah, as you can see, I snipped out that other side shoot. It was massive, and there's a flower bud there. And this is the other one. I'll put a photo of what it was like on this side so you can see the difference, like the before and after now. So it's a big difference, let a bit more air in. I've taken quite a lot off the bottom. I could take a couple more off, but I'll wait to do that. So that's them sorted now, I think, for a little while anyway, until the side shoots start again. And again. It's quite surprising because I'm pretty sure that they hadn't come up yesterday, because I had a quick look. I know that they haven't because I just looked in there, and I looked the other day. They're the spring onions, white Lisbon, but these are the cauliflower snowball, but they look very yellow to me, so I don't know if they're getting enough sun or what, but they were over there, so possibly because I've got a tree out there, so hopefully I've moved them there now and they start to yellow up a bit. Right, this is my cabbage greyhound, which I'm probably going to plant out at the weekend because they're getting to be quite nice plants now. And the broccoli as well. Got a little bit eaten, but it's not too bad, so I'll be planting them out at the weekend, I think. These are French dwarf beans are just starting to come through. There's one there. It's got there's the seed head on there, so I'll leave that because it needs that to get the rest of the energy to put into growing. But you can see that the pod's just starting to split open, and there's a leaf inside there. And this is a French dwarf bean as well. That one's come through quite well, but nothing else so far. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with them, whether they come through or not. I'll give them a couple more weeks and see what happens. The cauliflower seems to be doing all right now. It's greened up a little bit, got quite a lot in there. So yeah, we'll see how much that grows by the weekend. If it gets grown too much, then I will prick some of them out and probably put them in some of these pots as well. Let's have a look. Can't see anything on the spring onions yet, so we'll have to see how that goes. Whew, now that sun's come out, it's quite hot actually, but I still never got round to cutting this comfrey down, to be honest, as you can see. So I need to do that really. So I doubt it'll get a second flush now, but you never know. I didn't think them broad beans would come back, but they have. Right, the weeds have done what I thought it would, because it was wet. They've started growing back again. It's been raining on and off today as well, so I want to get a day or two that's dry, then I can scratch them up and they can die on top of the soil then. But yeah, there is quite a lot starting again, as you can see. So I'll need to get and do them as well before that gets out of control again. This is my horse manure bin, and if you've watched earlier in the year, you would have seen this was top right up. But as you can see, it's fallen down to about half. I've got some more in here. That isn't really doing much, so what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that and top that one up. So I'll get that done first, then I'll come back to you. I've topped that manure bin up now. I didn't think it was rotting down that much, but as you can see it has. But it's got hay at the bottom of that, so when it drops down, I've still got some left in here. So when that drops down, I'll just top that up as much as I can. Look at that, it's been so windy, it's blown this pot over, so I think I'll just take that off of there. Put it on the ground so it don't get blown over again. Right, I'll take you up the top and then we'll go from there. I've got some cabbages that I want to plant out, but yeah, I'll give you an update on them and everything when I get in there, I think. Right, I've done a boo-boo with this pot again. I never put no holes in the bottom of it, so the potatoes have rotted now because I moved them the other day or yesterday, and yeah, it stinks like a true I'd say. So that be going in the compost bin. I need to harvest some of these French dwarf beans as well actually. I don't want them getting big like last time, but yeah, there's a few to pick on there, so I'll be doing them. These carrots are doing quite well now. Now we've had a few wet days and they've been having quite a bit of water. You can see the line there, so they're definitely going to need to be thinned out, but I knew that anyway. The kohlrabi's doing alright as well. Everything's okay, I suppose. considering I haven't really needed to water out here in the last couple of days, but you can see that all these weeds have started coming back, so I'll have to scratch that up. But if it's going to be raining, all it's going to do is just grow back again, so yeah. But hopefully we get a nice bit of weather coming now, because it's sunny, but you might be able to tell it's very windy. The slugs are still having a go at my turnips and swede, as you can see, but hey, we'll see how we do with them. Well, these are the cabbage greyhound. Is it greyhound? I think it was, wasn't it? Where's the label gone? Yeah, greyhound. I'm going to take like about 4 of these, good ones obviously, take them out of there, and I'm going to put them in a row down here. So I'm going to get a bucket of my rotted horse manure actually from in here that I moved when the last time you saw me. I'm going to get a bucket of this as well. So let me get a bucket of that rotted horse manure. Let me get them cabbages out, and then I'll take you from there. Right, I've got some of that horse manure. I'll probably get them all. There's a little bit left in the bottom of that first big bin here, but I'll have to pull the carpets up and everything. So yeah, I'll see how far I get with that. A little bit there, but first I need to clear off all these pots. I'm going to put that one and that one back over there now, and I might move them pots back over there after I get rid of that pot there that's stinking of rotten potatoes. Right, I'll get this lot shifted and I'll get back to you after that. I've had a quick weed and pick of the stones out. I've got my bucket of manure over there, so I will just get on with it, and I'm just going to put it on there and rake it out. Not quite enough, so I'll go and get some more, finish it off, and I'll come back to you. I've taken the top of that garlic off just to get that last little bit of horse manure, so I'll get this all done. This should be enough to finish that little bit off. I don't want to go too thick with it, so I'll get this in that truck and I'll come back to you. I'll spread it first. Right, that's all of that horse manure in the bucket, so that should do me. So I'll just put this top back on, then I'll get back and I'll spread the rest on there, and then I'll come back. Alright, I'll put all that muck on there. I have put a stick here and a stick up the other end, just about there, I think you can see, so I know where I've manured up to. So later on in the year I can do this other side when all this other stuff's out. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just fork this in a little bit, yeah, then I'll come back to you after that. Right, I've thought that in a little bit. I haven't gone mad and gone stupidly deep. Just the top of it, just to get it to go in a little bit. But yeah, so I need to walk on it now. Sounds a bit funny, but yeah, I need to firm the ground a bit where I'm going to plant my cabbages now. So I will just firm down a line in the middle there somewhere, and I'll come back to you. Right, I've stamped that down now, ready for the cabbages. But what I need to do is, because I've just seen a cabbage white, as you just seen. So I've got some pipe in here. I've got some white ones that are already cut. So I'll grab them now. Then I'll come back to you after that. I've found them white hoops. I don't think they're going to be big enough for a full growth of them, but it will do for now. And then I will cut the blue pipe a little bit longer. Then hopefully the cabbage will stay inside there, because you can see there, there's a cabbage white. So they're out and about. So right, I'll get some of these hoops set up along this bit. I'm hoping I've got a bit of netting that's long enough to go all the way along there. So I will have to look in my bag in here and have a look to see what netting I've got. So right, I'll get these hoops up and I'll get back to you. Right, I've got the hoops on. Like I said before, these are only temporary until I cut the blue piping, but they will do for now. So I'll grab the cabbages and I'll space them out, then I'll plant them in, then I'll come back to you after that. Then I'll need to net it up straight away. This is a weird thing. I don't think it's going to focus, but it's like a spider, but it's well weird. I don't know whether you can see it that clearly or not, but it moves side to side. It's well weird little thing on the old water butt. I was just getting some water to water the cabbages actually. I managed to squeeze 5 in there, as you can see. I gave it a little bit of water. I'll get a bit of netting out of that bag, and hopefully I've got one long enough, and I'll just peg it down, put some bricks on it to stop it from blowing away. Right, I've got all that netting on there now. It's got a few holes in it, as you can see, but yeah, you can be assured that cabbage white get in there anyway, like they get in everywhere, but that's netted up for the best of it anyway. But because it's so windy, there's not a lot of water in there now, so I'm going to move that inside here before I go in tonight. Right, I've just taken that water back in there, but as you can see it's a broken slab and there's loads of snails and stuff that can get in there. So when I put this back out here next week, then I'll do a full slab, then hopefully it'll stop the snails from getting under there if it's a full one. But hey, we'll give it a go, see what happens. One of my neighbours was cutting his grass earlier, so there you go. Got a bit more grass on there now as well. Every little bit helps, you know what I mean? But that is starting to push its way back towards the polytunnel, so really we need to get this and move it and shift it into here, and that's the only turning that is going to get, because that is a lot in there to move by myself at least anyway. So that's going to be done over a week or something. I'll do a little bit at a time because I'm not knackering myself out for it. I'll just do a bit at a time and see how we go. It takes me a week, it takes me a week, it takes two, it takes two. That's the way it goes, you know what I mean? Right, thanks for watching, commenting and subbing. If you haven't subbed yet, bell's down in that corner. Click on the bell, click on all, and you'll get my notifications. Right, catch you next week. Bye.